Except this time I put fragrance in it and I don't think it was such a good idea, but it does smell like heaven.
How's it, love cats? I thought I would try my hand at doing some monthly favorites. I have a lot of products. I'm currently working part-time, and so I just don't have a lot of space in my budget to continually adding new things to the rotation. So I'm going to try to use what I have up. So this may be a bi-monthly or a quarterly type of favorites. But anyhow, let's just get right into it. So last month I just really enjoyed tinted lip balms. These bad boys are the Burt's Bees lip shimmers, and I actually have one on my lips right now. One, they are tingly, and I just like the tingles. That sounds dirty. I just really like them because they are really tinted, more so than the regular tinted lip balms from the standard line from Burt's Bees. They're very moisturizing, and of course they tingle. Check this out. See? And it comes in maybe about 10 colors or so. I just really like them. A+. Next up, a makeup brush. I am in love with this Sephora, the smoky eye brush or something. I think it's perfect for doing winged liner. It's actually what I did to do today's makeup. I am one of those people who just really sucks at doing cat eyes. So this brush is really fantastic because it's super pointy and you can use it to get a precise cat flick. I'm not very good at doing cat eyes, even though I've been doing my eyeliner for like 17, 18 years. Oh yeah, because if you haven't seen my getting to know me video, which I will link here, I'm super old. I'm old as hell. You can also use it to smoke out your makeup on the bottom. It's a really brilliant brush and I freaking love it. I know most of you in the world who are watching this are going through winter. I live in the land of eternal summer, so I just really like looking, you know, peppy and fresh. I just really love pops of color that are summery and just really glowy looking. So this Illamasqua powder blusher is just one of the most brilliant coral colors. And since I'm pretty dark, it still shows up. It's super pigmented. I have had this for a year and I haven't even barely hit pan. It's a good value. The only thing that sucks is that Illamasqua recently took away their partnership from Sephora, so this is no longer available at Sephora, but you can get it at the illamasqua.com. I love this. Stays on. It's intense and highly pigmented, and it just looks like you're ready for summer, which for me is pretty much all the time. The next makeup item is this Laura Mercier Mineral Primer. It is actually an oil-free primer specifically targeted for powder and mineral foundation. You may find that any silicone-based primers kind of make your, it's just hard to apply mineral makeup on top. If you have something very liquidy and slippy underneath, your makeup's not going to stay. So something like this is really great for using with powder foundations because it dries to a powder finish, so then any kind of powder formula that you put on top of it will help it adhere better because like formulas work better with like formulas. The only downside to this is that because it dries to a powder finish, layering things like concealer on top of it don't always look the greatest. What I try doing is using a different primer around the eyes, around my nose, and down here where I like to brighten, and then I'll put this on the rest of my face. But it's great. It makes my Tarte Amazonian Clay Airbrush Mineral Foundation last a lot longer. So that's maybe the secret for some of you who are using the Tarte one and just aren't finding a lot of success with it. Try that primer. I have really been enjoying stuff that I have been making at home. And so the first thing that I have been enjoying is a homemade face mask. What I use is creamed honey. I added a teaspoon to avocado oil and grapeseed oil. So a teaspoon of honey, half a teaspoon of each oil, and then I mixed it around and it works as a really great face mask. The really awesome thing about honey is that it is a natural emollient that is also antimicrobial and antibacterial, and it's also super moisturizing. It's got a ton of antioxidants in it, so one, it's going to help fight breakouts. It's going to help shrink your pores. It's also going to fight inflammation, but it's also very moisturizing. It's just an all-around awesome ingredient to put in your skincare if you're not allergic to bees. I really like avocado oil and grapeseed oil because both of them are very high in antioxidants as well as anti-inflammatory properties. Apply it in a really thick layer. After I let it sit for 20 minutes, I will take a clean washcloth and run it under hot water and then let it sit on top of my face before I use it to wash the mask off. One thing I do want to caution you about is that because there is oil in here, you want to wear a ratty t-shirt because during that 20 minutes, some of it can get kind of drippy around your chin and it can drip down onto your clothes. The last DIY item is a face oil. You need to do research on what oils work best for you. I use a combo of rosehip oil, evening primrose oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil, and avocado oil, and then I mixed in a bit of green tea extract and licorice root extract. Both green tea extract and licorice root extract are known for their brightening properties. I did add a little bit of fragrance, which can be really irritating for people with super sensitive skin, which I have, so I'm wondering if like some of my irritation is coming from that, but I liked it to smell good. So it's really brightening and it kind of works as a serum. I don't use a moisturizer at night, I just use this skincare oil as the last step. And I think I have pretty good skin. I want to incorporate Mae products into my monthly favorites just because I don't want to have to wait until I have an accumulation of them and then I've already missed the cutoff for being able to return them. This item is the Sunday Riley Start Over Active Eye Cream. It claims that it repairs, protects, it helps you appear more rested and alert, and it's got this NV5 ageless complex. I was doing some research on this complex. Thing is, the levels of these extracts are not high enough for them to do really any kind of good, especially for the fact that this thing costs like $80. One particular website that I really believe is a great review site is the beautypedia.com, which is run by Paula's Choice. A lot of them do reviews. They also kind of break down ingredients and kind of give you their what's what, pros and cons, and whether items live up to their wildly miracle worker claims. I've been using this for 8 weeks, but unfortunately, I can't give it a good grade. One, it's overpriced. This made me like break out with eczema all around here. It also made my eyes burn. So if you have sensitive eyes or you have sensitive skin, this might be a really bad product for you. As I get older, these fine lines are getting worse. I have crepey skin right here, and I have really bad lines right here. So far in 8 weeks, I haven't noticed this. I don't look well rested, I don't notice my fine lines filling in, and I also don't notice my dark circles diminishing. The only thing I would like to say is that it is moisturizing, but I feel like I can get that same moisture from my DIY oils or some of the, serums that I use. I don't think I will ever purchase anything from Sunday Riley ever again. Sorry, guys. Last month I was listening to this book called All the Light We Cannot See on Audible. Basically, the story follows a blind girl and a German engineering prodigy. We follow them from the time that they are children until the time of the war. And it's told in a series of flashbacks. You get snippets of the present day, which is during the World War II era, flashing back to their childhoods. You get to see how they grow up as people and how their experiences determine how they react when their lives are torn apart by the war. They eventually do meet in the most unexpected way. As a writer, that's what I was drawn to, the writing. He's so distinct in figuring out how to describe different people's psyche. You would think that such short chapters flashing back and flashing forward would be really contrived and that it would make as a clunky reading device. But actually, seeing how everything is told in the context of present day and then flashing back to a situation where a kid has to make a certain type of decision, you get to understand where the present day minds are at because you saw how the kids were shaped during their childhood. You just gotta read it. After I devoured All the Light We Cannot See, I was absolutely bereft. I was like, I don't have anything else to read or listen to, so I started listening to the Serial podcast, which is produced by This American Life. I also finished that in 4 days. It just draws you in to the whole conflict of someone's guilt Throughout the whole series, you think you know and then you don't. You get surprised all along the way. The whole time you're constantly surprised by the trips and details of this person's story. I actually started watching something that's a little bit more lighthearted, and it features my favorite actress in the entire world, one of them, Keira Knightley. Keira Knightley's character is an indie singer-songwriter, but she doesn't do it so that she can get famous. She writes songs for herself and to express herself. But her boyfriend, Adam Levine, is just on the verge of intense fame, and he ends up breaking up with her. So it spurs her to write a song. And that's where she runs into Mark Ruffalo's character, who is a music producer who gets dumped from the production company he started. He hears the song and he wants to pursue her as an artist. The premise is their new start, the coupling of the music producer and the artist and how he fosters her growth. Keira Knightley actually did learn how to play the guitar, and she actually did sing for this role. The soundtrack is super awesome if you like folk pop. Hold on there not for me, hold on, 'cause everything's coming up roses. My last favorite is actually a fashion favorite. If you watched my outfit of the day video, which is just the video before this one, and I will link it here, you probably saw these babies by BP Nordstrom. Not like a super tall heel. I can like wear them to the office. You can walk the dog in them and they won't kill your feet, which is really great. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. That was my very first monthly favorites. I hope you weren't too bored. I hope you found these reviews helpful. If you want more info about any of my DIY skincare, please let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. Please help me grow this channel. I cannot do this without the support of new friends. Subscribe. I have no idea where the subscribe button is. Let me know what you think. Thoughts, comments, love, friendship, and definitely keep an eye out for my next video. Until then, rock on, love cats. Aloha! Gold is best, bitches. That's right.